Casu Marzu is a traditional Sardinian cheese from Italy, and it is widely regarded as one of the world's most unusual and controversial foods. The name Casu Marzu translates to rotten cheese, which gives a hint about its unique preparation. Origin: Casu Marzu comes from the island of Sardinia, where it has been produced for centuries as part of local culinary traditions. Ingredients: it is made from sheep's milk, similar to pecorino, but what makes it distinct is the Pyophilicaceae fly larvae that are deliberately introduced into the cheese. The larvae digest the fats, breaking down the cheese's texture into a soft, creamy form. Flavor and texture: the cheese has a very strong, pungent flavor that can be intense for first-timers. The texture is creamy and soft, sometimes even oozing liquid. The flavor is sharp, tangy, and somewhat spicy, with a distinct aftertaste due to the fermentation process. Many describe it as rich and complex, but the experience is not for everyone, as the cheese is typically consumed with the live larvae still inside. Consumption: Casu Marzu is traditionally eaten with Sardinian flatbread, pane caraçao, and a strong red wine. Some people choose to remove the larvae before eating, while others eat the cheese as is. While Casu Marzu is a significant part of Sardinian culture, it has been banned in many places due to health concerns, though it is still produced and consumed locally as part of heritage and tradition. Balut is a traditional dish from the Philippines, also found in other Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam and Cambodia. It is considered a delicacy, though it can be an acquired taste for many people. Origin: balut is most closely associated with Filipino street food culture, where it has been consumed for centuries. It is often enjoyed as a snack or an appetizer, especially in the evenings. Ingredients: balut is essentially a fertilized duck egg that has been incubated for about 14 to 21 days, allowing the embryo to develop. The egg is then boiled and eaten directly from the shell. Depending on the incubation time, the embryo inside can range from a soft, barely formed duckling to a more developed bird with discernible features like feathers and bones. Flavor and texture: the flavor of balut is often described as rich and savory, with the broth inside the egg having a slightly salty, chicken soup-like taste. The yolk is creamy and rich, while the developing embryo can range in texture from soft and delicate to a bit more chewy, depending on its stage of development. The more formed parts, such as bones and beak, become slightly crunchy when the embryo is more mature. Consumption: balut is usually served warm, often with a pinch of salt, vinegar, or chili sauce. Many locals sip the broth first before eating the yolk and embryo. It's typically sold by street vendors and enjoyed as a snack or paired with a cold beer, while balut may be unfamiliar or even challenging to some due to its visual appearance. It is cherished in Filipino culture for its unique taste and high nutritional value. Sannakji is a traditional Korean dish that stands out for its freshness and unique dining experience. It involves eating small octopus, nakji, that is still moving, or at least freshly prepared. Origin: Sannakji comes from Korea, where it is a popular delicacy, particularly in seafood markets and specialized restaurants. It is enjoyed for its freshness and connection to Korean seafood culture. Ingredients: the dish is made using live baby octopus, nakji. The octopus is either served whole or cut into small pieces, and it is typically seasoned with sesame oil and sesame seeds. Since the octopus is served immediately after preparation, its tentacles are often still wriggling and moving on the plate due to residual nerve activity. Flavor and texture: Sannakji has a mild, slightly sweet flavor that comes from the fresh octopus itself. The addition of sesame oil enhances the taste, providing a nutty, savory element. The most distinctive aspect of the dish, however, is its texture. The tentacles are chewy and, because they are still moving, they create a unique tactile sensation in the mouth. The suction cups of the tentacles can even adhere to the tongue and roof of the mouth, adding to the experience. Consumption: Sannakji is often served as a shared appetizer, accompanied by dipping sauces such as soy sauce, chili paste, or vinegar. Diners are advised to chew thoroughly to avoid the risk of choking due to the tentacles' movement and suction. While the concept of eating live octopus may be intimidating for some, Sannakji is a cherished part of Korean cuisine, prized for its freshness and the thrill it brings to the dining experience. Escamoles is a traditional Mexican delicacy that has been eaten for centuries, dating back to the time of the Aztecs. Known as insect caviar, it is a unique dish that is considered a gourmet food in Mexico. Origin: Escamoles come from central Mexico, where they have long been a part of the indigenous cuisine. They are harvested from the roots of the agave or maguey plant, particularly in the semi-arid regions. Ingredients: the primary ingredient in Escamoles is the larvae of Lyometapum ants. These larvae are carefully collected from ant nests found in the soil around the base of agave plants. Harvesting Escamoles is labor-intensive and requires precision, which is why it is considered a delicacy. Flavor and texture: Escamoles have a mild, buttery, and nutty flavor with a slightly earthy undertone. The texture is soft and creamy, somewhat similar to cottage cheese or scrambled eggs, but with a subtle pop when you bite into the larvae. Some people compare the flavor to that of nuts or corn kernels, and when fried with butter and herbs, they take on an even richer taste. Consumption: Escamoles are usually sautéed with butter, garlic, and spices, and they are often served in tacos, omelets, or simply on their own. In upscale Mexican restaurants, they are frequently featured as part of gourmet dishes, sometimes paired with sauces or garnishes to enhance the flavor. While Escamoles might sound unusual to some, in Mexican cuisine, they are regarded as a luxurious and protein-rich food, celebrated for their distinctive taste and cultural significance.